Exodus 25. The Lord spoke to Moses, "Tell the Israelites to take an offering for me. From every person motivated by a willing heart, you are to receive my offering. This is the offering you are to accept from them: gold, silver, bronze, blue, purple, scarlet, fine linen, goat's hair, ram skins dyed red, fine leather, acacia wood, oil for the lighting, spices for the anointing, oil and for fragrance, incense, onyx stones, and other gems to be set in the ephod and the breastplate. Let them make for me a sanctuary so that I may live among them, according to all that I am showing you, the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all its furnishings. You must make it exactly so. They are to make an ark of acacia wood. Its length will be 45 inches, its width 27 inches, and its height 27 inches. You are to overlay it with pure gold, both inside and outside. You must overlay it, and you are to make a surrounding border of gold over it. You are to cast 4 gold rings for it and put them on its 4 feet, with 2 gold rings on one side and 2 rings on the other side. You are to make poles of acacia wood, overlay them with gold, and put the poles into the rings at the side of the ark in order to carry them. The poles must remain in the rings of the ark. They must not be removed from it. You are to put into the ark the testimony that I will give you. You are to make an atonement lid of pure gold. Its length is to be 45 inches, and its width is to be 27 inches. You are to make 2 cherubim of gold. You are to make them of hammered metal on the 2 ends of the atonement lid. Make 1 cherubim on one end and 1 cherubim on the other. From the atonement lid, you are to make the cherubim on the 2 ends. The cherubim are to be spreading their wings upward, overshadowing the atonement lid with their wings, and the cherubim are to face each other, looking toward the atonement lid. You are to put the atonement lid on the ark, and in the ark you are to put the testimony I am giving you. I will meet with you there, and from above the atonement lid, from between the 2 cherubims that are over the ark of the testimony, I will speak with you about all that I will command you for the Israelites. You are to make a table of acacia wood, its length 36 inches, its width 18 inches, and its height 27 inches. You are to overlay it with pure gold, and you are to make the surrounding border of gold for it. You are to make a surrounding frame for it about 3 inches broad, and you are to make a surrounding border of gold for its frame. You are to make 4 rings of gold for it and attach the rings at the 4 corners where the 4 legs are. The rings are to be close to the frame to provide places for the poles to carry the table. You are to make the poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold so that the table may be carried with them. You are to make its plates, its ladles, its pitchers, and its bowls to be used in pouring out offering. You are to make them of pure gold. You are to set the bread of presence on the table before me continually. You are to make a lampstand of pure gold. The lampstand is to be made of hammered metal. Its base and its shaft, its cups, its buds, and its blossoms are to be formed from the same piece. 6 branches are to extend from the sides of the lampstand. 3 branches of the lampstand from one side of it, and 3 branches of the lampstand from the other side of it. 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms are to be on one branch, and 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms are to be on the next branch, and the same for the 6 branches extending from the lampstand. On the lampstand, there are to be 4 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms, with a bud under the first 2 branches from it, and a bud under the next 2 branches from it, the bud under the 3rd branch from it, according to 6 branches that extend from the lampstand. Their buds and their branches will be one piece, all of it hammered pure gold. You are to make its 7 lamps and set its lamps on it so that it will give light to the area in front of it. Its trimmers and its trays are to be pure gold. About 75 pounds of pure gold is to be used for it. And for all the utensils, be sure to make them according to the pattern you were shown on the mountain. Wow, we got a raid coming in. Did not expect that this morning. Welcome in, Raider. Antisocial one, FT friend of FT. English breakfast today, my friend. English breakfast. Well, welcome in, everybody. Yeah, I've been here. Have you been here before? Yes, you have. You have been here. Coming in with Assassination Raid. Russia Games. Welcome in, welcome in. Bananas a henna. Oh, you're doing well. I hope you had a great stream. Those of you coming in with Assassinator stuff, tell me what you love about Assassinator stuff. She is a dear, sweet gal, and I love her dearly. And just love that she is on and doing wonderful things to bless people's lives and share Jesus, and all in the process. Office Demon, hope you're doing well, friend. Haven't seen you around. Hope all is going well for you, friend. Fabstio coming in. Ukulele, good to see you. Welcome, we got. Yeah, including little old me. Going to see you at HopeCon again, Office Demon. I have not made a decision on HopeCon. That'll be a down the road decision, just like last year. So I don't know at this point. Would love to, and we'll just see. Welcome here, Biddies. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. You make a huge impact. You have for me. Be encouraged. God is working. Absolutely. Thank you, Sass. That is definitely something I need to hear. Doesn't always feel that way sometimes. Yeah, Eichmann here. Steph had a great stream, but she had a raid quick because she had an appointment to get to. Oh, I know how that goes. Yeah, and you go worlds colliding right now. That's right. Thank you, Sass. Appreciate it so much, Steph. Yeah, I have tickets for ReachCon. Yes, I will be at Reach Conference. That I will be. That I know. I also have some tickets to give away for Reach Conference, so we'll see how that goes. Ukulele rated over to Sass, and now Stas is coming here. No, it doesn't always feel that way, but that's why you had it in your heart to tell you. You're blessing to my life. God bless you, friend. You as well. And if you don't, you need to go to your appointment. Steph, just head out and go do that. Just go do that. All right, I'm reading over here, and I see now that that's my raid is gone. You recently met someone you might be interested in coming to Reach that would need a ticket. Oh, cool. Well, I think my tickets will be given away in August, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. All right, thank you for the biddies again. Appreciate that. So those who do not know, I am Flat Cap Dapper Pastor. I have hats, I have fish, and we're reading the Bible. We are reading the Bible in a year on stream. Done that a few times, and we're doing that again. I'm not currently serving in a church, but I'm working with the Church Digital and BT Dubs. I have a workshop. If you are interested in the workshop, totally free, go to gaming.missionary.digital, and you can sign up for that. So we will have anybody who's already a streamer or just, say, Christian in the space. absolutely come join for free. I'll be talking about the theology of fun. We'll have a talk talking about gaming as parable, and we will have a talk talking about digital ethics. And then we'll have Q&A sessions. So noon to 4 p.m. this Thursday. Go ahead and sign up. Would love to have you there. Office, you're bringing your disc golf basket. Ooh, in hope that ReachCon, you can come and play again soon. Yeah, that would be fun. The devastating light peep. Thank you for the biddies. If there's anything else, okay. I think that's it. Ad break is upon us. Yes.
Flat cat pasture rocks his tree, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. The Saxon hand plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pastor shows the way. Stream it live, come what may. With his cam, he shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in ponds so serene.
All right. Yeah, I was trying to just welcome everybody in there. Ads slipped in. I did mention I have fish. This is my part of what you can see on my other channel. But I got why was the albino plecostomus in the upper left there. My pond outside, Lake Superior, the sunrise over the lake there, and then some guppies in the lower left. So we should be all good. Thank you for the lurk. You had some weird ads, Juan. Well, I can't control ads. Ads happen as ads do, and they're either based on what they think you want to see or what they've seen, but yeah, I can't control those. Cannot control whatever those are. One shiny penny. Good morning, y'all. Uncle Teddy, welcome in. So
life in ponds so serene.
Anyway, I think that covers everything. Also, you can see right here in the background. This is my underwater cam. So that is underwater in the pond. You got to go over to my other channel though if you want to see it actually up front. Horror movies, kind of ooh. Yeah, it's not your fault. I get it. Yeah. Yep, I often think those are more funny than scary, but that's me. It's amazing how still fish can be. Well, the temp was like down in the 40s outside last night. So those fish are going to be very, very still for quite a while until the pond warms up. Yeah, you think they force the horror well, you know what? If they get enough money, they will push it out in front of everybody of a certain age, demographic, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the category of content is. Sometimes enough money will, get that going. So, all right, let's go over here. By the way, you don't have to be a Christian to be here to hang out. We're reading the Bible. Share your thoughts, share your ideas, share your questions. You don't have to believe what I have to believe. We have Muslims, atheists, Sikh, who all come in the chat, plus various different denominations, including those who are Catholics, Orthodox, Lutherans, and Methodists. It doesn't matter. All people are welcome here for the conversation. I have one rule and only one rule. Be excellent to each other. And frankly, if you're not being excellent to each other, why would you want to be here? All right. I'm going to refill my mug here a minute before we jump into... Made you giggle? Well, good. Why are you spilling today? Like, that is super weird. Like, I'm pouring and it's spilling over the lip. Like, this, hardly ever spills. I don't know why it's spilling today. Now I gotta clean up my spill. It's because you're all watching me. All right, let's get back in order. You have two rules. The second one, you must like pizza with olives, anchovy, and pepperonis. That's not my rule. That's not my rule. I have no such rule because I called out Catholics. Oh, okay. Well, I will. I have plenty of other Catholics who are here as well. So you're right. You are one of them. I forgot that you were Catholic. So, oh no, I appreciate you joking around. All right, so just to let you know, here is here is our list for reading in the Bible. We do Gospels on Monday, Torah on Tuesdays, Epistles on Wednesday, History on Thursday, Prophets on Friday, Wisdom and Psalms would be Saturday and Sunday, but we do not stream, so we make those up wherever we are able to. We're a couple of weeks behind, possibly, in reading through the Bible in a year because I do a lot of talking. If we were just reading and reading only, we'd probably be right on schedule. It'd probably be a lot more boring, but you know, that's how life is. So where we are at, those who are coming in, is we are getting instructions on building the Ark of the Covenant and getting instructions on building the tabernacle and some other items. So we've started that. And yeah, it's the splinter in the log, etc. Just remove it from your eye if it causes you to sin. Yeah, very, very good. Very true. So we're getting instructions on building all of the things for the people to be able to worship God. And so they're to take an offering, and it's only those who want to give who are to give. And now we're getting instructions. We were reading through the ark and how the ark is to be made. So back to the text. Yeah, so everything is to be overlaid with gold, and you are to make surrounding border with gold over it. You are to cast 4 rings for it and put on its 4 feet. So the rings are to be by the feet, not towards the top, towards the feet, with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other. So you're putting on the sides, not all the 4 sides, just on 2 sides. To put the poles through the rings at the sides of the ark. In order to carry the ark with them, the poles must remain in the ark, in the rings of the ark. They must not be removed from it. You are to put the ark of the testimony, put in the ark the testimony that I'm going to give you. So I'm giving you a testimony that's supposed to go into the ark, and the poles are supposed to go into the ark. You're not supposed to take them out. So if we fast forward, which we just read not too long ago in the book of Samuel, that they put the ark on a cart that's supposed to be carried by the poles. They put it on an ark, or the ark on a cart. It goes to fall. Somebody who's not allowed to touch it touches it. Well, it should have never been in that situation. It should have been with the poles in there. They should have been carrying it by the poles. That's how this is designed to be able to be used. You are to be the ones who are bringing it. Putting it on a cart is not the proper way for it to be brought around. And if you think about it too, cart bouncing, over, like, just think of what they would have had for suspension. Like, you got a cart, it's going to bounce up and down over ruts and rocks and all of that stuff. People can absorb all of that as they carry it, especially with 4. So, so we have then the testimony that's being given that's also supposed to be in there. You are to make a lid, pure gold. Its length is going to match 47 by 27. You're to make 2 cherubims of gold. They're to be hammered out of metal on the 2 ends of the lid. And we're going to go into lots of detail here, like very specific detail. Like, we don't need to pay attention to all of it from one standpoint of we're not creating it, but we do need to pay attention to it so we can imagine what was it. 1 cherubim on one end, 1 on the other end. From the atonement lid, you are to make the 2 cherubims on the 2 ends. The cherubim are to be spreading their wings upward, overshadowing the atonement lid with their wings, and the cherubim are to face each other. So 2 cherubim on each side with wings pointed in towards each other. So you can imagine their wings almost touching each other. Now, cherubim are throne guardians. So if this is, and we'll see this later, not necessarily in this passage, this is the footstool of God, then the cherubim at the footstool are guarding the throne. So the 2 cherubim guarding the throne, cherubim and seraphim, are both angelic beings, for lack of a better, divine beings of some supernatural spiritual beings who are throne guardians. So we have the ideas here that are not just in the Bible, but also they are in Egypt, they're in Babylon. You have cherubim are going to be Babylonian, seraphim are going to be Egyptian, and we have them interchanged throughout the text, depending upon where they are. Here it is cherubim who are there, not the little cherubs with little diaper on, little babies flying around. That's not what we have here. They're going to have giant wings. We don't have a description of the cherubim here yet, so we'll have to wait and see what that does later. So, bum, 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 bum. We have one on each end. They're spreading their wings. And they're looking at each other. You were to put the atonement lid on top of the ark. Like, obviously, what else was it for? The lid is to go on top. But, we're getting everything spelled out here. I will meet with you there. So this is the place where God is going to meet, is at the ark. And from above the atonement lid, from between the two cherubim that are on the ark of testimony, I will speak with you all that I will command you for the Israelites. So here's where we have coming from between the cherubim, from over the cherubim. This is where we're going to have conversations. You were to make a table. So now we've moved from the ark. Now we're moving to a table. It's going to be 36 inches by 18 inches and 27 inches. So 18 is a cubit. So 2 cubits long, 1 cubit wide, and it's going to be 27 inches high. You are to overlay it with pure gold. So we're getting a lot of duplication here of specific wood overlaid with gold, and then we're going to have the dimensions that are given. 27 inches high seems like a very short table, but maybe not. But also thinking they're not sitting in a chair, they're sitting on the ground. So 27 inches, not too high. If they're sitting there, that is. You are to make the surrounding frame for it 3 inches broad, and you are to make the surrounding gold border of gold for its frame. So again, we've got gold overlaid, we got gold border, and now we have 4 rings of gold for it to attach the rings to the 4 corners where its legs are. The rings are to be close to the frame to provide places for the poles to carry the table. So now we got poles again of acacia wood overlaid with gold, rings for them to go through, but I did not see in this case where it says the poles are to remain with the table. In the ark, they're not to be removed. You are to make its plates, its ladles, its pitchers, its bowls to be used in pouring out offerings. You are to make them of pure gold. You are to set bread of presence on the table for me continually. So bowls and plates and pitchers for offerings go on the table, plus the bread of presence is always there. So if you don't remember, bread of presence is to be put on the table constantly there. There is circumstances for replacing the bread, how often that is placed there. So there is the bread of presence, which in some ways is not here for God to eat, but is instead a representation that shows that God is ever giving blessing to you. So the bread of presence is God giving to the people. The bread of presence is eaten later when it's replaced. It's eaten by the Levites and the priests. The offerings are going to be laid out here potentially on the table because it ladles the pitchers, for pouring out the offering, the plates for the offering, the ladles for all of that. So on the table, the offering is going to be displayed before the consuming the meal together, which we don't have that here, but that's where we're going to have that. Now we're moving on to the next item, the lampstands of pure gold. The lampstand is to be hammered out of metal. It's to have a shaft, its cups, its buds, and its blossoms are to be formed from the same piece. So we've got a singular piece of metal, and it's going to have 6 branches, and then it is going to be 3 cups like almond flowers with buds and blossoms on it on each branch, and 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms on the next. So Here's one of those things where it's like, I've probably seen images of this, but I was just thinking this would be interesting to take this and put it into AI and see what it would generate. So I'm going to go actually do that. And if it looks decent, I'll share it with you after we have the next break. So let me put that over here a minute. That's the wrong one. Where is it? There it is. Create image, describe the image. There we go. I'm going to paste it, and I'll see what that gives me later. Okay, but we've got so this is the menorah. So the 7, so you have the singular branch with 3 branches on one side, 3 branches on the other. They're all being described as almond flowers, almond branches, all of those things to be able to create the 7 lamps now are going to be set on the lampstand. So its trimmers, its trays, pure gold, about 75 pounds are going to be used for all of these utensils. Now be sure to make them according to the pattern that you saw, that you were shown on the mountain. So that's what AI created, putting this out. You can see the buds there. They're putting the lamp within the single bud. There's 2 other buds next to it. That's how they're imagining it. I don't think that's a bad image, and it's all made out of one. So there we have the lamp stand. Oh, it did say lamp, so I could picture it a little bit different with like the 3 buds all like in a triangle or, shape. And then the lamp could sit on top of it. But if it's all together like this, that's not a bad image there. All right. We will, the flames slightly off-centered. Yeah, and a few of them, yes. A few of them are not in the center of there. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what happens when you get AI. All right, we'll keep moving to the next thing that's being made. And by the way, if you have questions, you have thoughts, I would love to hear from you on those things. So we'll move it on.